like to welcome you to the live broadcast of the 43rd Annual Starkville Christmas Parade. This is our 38th
The Grand Marshal for the 2014
here on the steps of the First United Methodist Church, and we will be showing you all the entries from the theme this year, which is Miracle on Main Street. And of course, it's based on the classic hit movie in 1947 called Miracle on 34th Street. Now, it'll be exciting to see how all the entries portray this theme. This year we have over 60 entries representing the county and the city government, representing churches and civic groups, representing our schools, and also the many children's groups and student groups. Anyway, we have got a great parade in store for you. Of course, it's 6 o'clock now. We are here at the end, at the corner of Lampkin Street here, across from Welch's Funeral Home, in front of the First United Methodist Church. And the parade has actually begun to run down at Russell Street where it starts. Now, it'll take it about 10 or 15 minutes to get to us, and some things are a little bit different this year. Specifically, you know, we have the wonderful new municipal complex under construction at the end of Main Street, and so this year the parade route has changed a little bit. Again, beginning at Russell Street, going down Main Street, and then turning south at Washington Street at the courthouse, then coming back on the parade route on Lampkin Street, and this year it will end at the Greensboro Center. So, though things are different, you know, it has been said that change is inevitable, that progress is optional. And of course, we are progressive here at WOBV Channel 5 with the Starkville Partnership and with the live broadcast. And so one of the things that's different, you might notice that I'm here by myself. That's not for long, because we have a special guest host that's coming to join us in just a few short minutes. But first of all, we have our man on the street, our reporter that does a great job of picking up the flavor and the color of the parade there with the spectators as well as the participants. And we'd like to go and talk with him now, maybe get a weather report. Kevin, are you there? And can you tell us what's going on the street for the parade?
Thank you, Miss Mel. As you said, my name is Kevin Simmons, and I'll be here live on the streets of Lampkin Street tonight to give an up-close view of the Starkville Christmas Parade for our viewers at home. And the temperature is unusually warm for the 1st of December. We're used to cold and maybe even rainy Christmas parades here in Starkville, but it's at about 57 degrees right now, unusually warm, but I've never wanted to complain about being warm in December. It feels great and everyone looks like they're ready to have a good time and see the floats here. Small chance of rain tonight. It's looking at about 30%, but we're hoping that holds off until after the parade. The floats are getting ready as we speak, and it's going to be a great night here in Starkville. And if you're at home, I hope you enjoy our broadcast, but feel free to come on out and enjoy. The weather's great, lots of family, and a great time for the whole family here in Starkville. Back to you, Miss Lynn.
Thank you, Kevin. That again is Kevin Simmons, and Kevin is a broadcast and public relations major at Mississippi State University, and we really appreciate your being with us, Kevin. Thanks so much. And Kevin offered you an invitation. He's right. If you want to come and join us, it's not too late, because you can come around the back side of the parade. This is actually the end of the parade route. You can come and join us here in between the First United Methodist Church and Welch's Funeral Home. Or, of course, you can stay there in the comfort of your living room, or we have one more option that's really important. This is about our 4th year here at WOBV to actually do live streaming of the parade coverage now. And so if you have friends or relatives or folks far away, as a matter of fact, sometimes we've even invited servicemen overseas to watch the parade through the live streaming. And you can locate that. You can go online at www.growasdisciples.com, and in the bottom left-hand corner, you will see an option to watch live. And so you can tune in, again, where you are or live streaming. And then, of course, later you'll see replays of the Starkville Christmas Parade. You can come out tonight, watch all your little folks be in the parade, and then tomorrow night at 7 o'clock will be the first replay of the parade. And then every Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock you can also catch the parade. But let's get back to talking about what's actually going on in the parade now. Of course, we are thankful for the collaborative effort. We have a very unique opportunity with our Christmas parade, because it is an effort between Mississippi State University, between our community, specifically the Greater Starkville Development Partnership and the Special Events Committee and Coordinator there, Ms. Jennifer Prather, and then the volunteer crew here at WOBV Channel 5, which is an extension of the ministry, of the television ministry of the First United Methodist Church. And of course, we appreciate the resources that we have, but it's also important each year to thank our sponsors, because we have some loyal sponsors of the Christmas Parade broadcast that actually make it possible for us to produce this live and on air. And so our sponsors this year, we'll be talking about them more throughout the parade, but we are certainly very appreciative of them. Again, Phillips Financial Advisory, Sheer Bliss Salon, Hawkskada, Bill Green Photography, and several others. Again, we'll be mentioning them throughout the evening. But let's talk a little bit again about the actual parade itself. Miracle on Main Street. We have over 60 units, and this year the partnership was very diligent in asking people to please get their entries in on time, to please get accurate information in so that we here on the broadcast could talk and say good things about their entries. And also, if you wanted to participate in the parade, to enter a riding unit, which would be a float or something that really portrayed the theme Miracle on Main Street. And so this year the units are floats that are accompanied by walking units. And so we're going to see some really quality entries into the parade. And of course, we couldn't have a parade without participants. And our man on the street, Kevin Simmons, has one of those now. Kevin?
Mr. Jeff Morgan, a citizen of Starkville, him and half of his children. Can you tell me more about that?
Yes, we have 6 children, and we're from Starkville and lived here for about 11 years and been coming to the parade for about 11 years.
Okay. So are your children a big fan of the parade?
Y'all like the parade?
Yeah.
I think so.
So what's your name?
Carter.
Carter, what are you looking forward to most this Christmas?
Santa.
Santa, okay. And what are you wanting for Christmas this year?
I want a bicycle.
Bicycle. And what about, can you introduce yourself?
Who are
Nothing.
you? Who are you?
Nothing.
Nothing. This is Jack.
Jack?
He forgot his name.
All right, well, and your name?
Camille Morgan.
And what do you want for Christmas?
A Dairway.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got a candy cane for each of you. Thank you for participating in our Christmas parade tonight, and of course for you too, Mr. Morgan. Thank you guys for participating tonight in our Christmas parade. I'm going to toss it back to you, Miss Mill.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, folks. Again, we were talking earlier about how much we appreciate our sponsors. So why don't we take a quick break right now and officially thank them for being a sponsor of the 43rd Annual Starkville Christmas Parade here on WOBV Channel 5. Again, welcome back to the live broadcast of the 43rd Annual Starkville Christmas Parade. Again, it's our 38th consecutive broadcast here at WOBV Channel 5, and I'm Melanie Hankins Booth. I'll be your host for tonight. Now, we mentioned how things look a little differently here. Things look different as you come down the parade route because the route has actually changed, and it looks like there's only one person on set here. Well, that's actually not going to be the case for long, because one of the most special traditions of the Starkville Christmas Parade, of course, is our Grand Marshal. Well, this year we have a special treat with our Grand Marshal. Our Grand Marshal this year is Miss Mississippi, and our very own here in Starkville, Miss Jasmine Murray. Now, Jasmine is very special, and of course she has so many accomplishments, but she is going to honor us by being a special guest host here on the set with me after she has ridden her parade route, beginning at Russell Street and ending up here in front of the First United Methodist Church. But again, if you could look at a list of previous Grand Marshals in the city of Starkville, you would know that this is a very special honor, and we are honored that it's Miss Jasmine Murray this year. And we're going to take just a minute to tell you a little bit about her and how she is special to us here in the Starkville community.
The Grand Marshal for the 2014 Starkville Christmas Parade is Miss Mississippi Jasmine Murray. The Columbus native and Starkville resident is an honor student at Mississippi State University, where she is working on a degree in broadcasting. Jasmine is a vocalist, making the top 13 finalist in the 8th season of the national hit television show American Idol. She has performed on The Ellen DeGeneres Show and Regis and Kelly, and has been featured in People magazine, Entertainment Weekly, and other national publications. A pageant veteran, Jasmine was Miss Mississippi's Outstanding Teen in 2007, finishing in the top 10 at Miss America's Outstanding Teen. In 2012, she was crowned Miss Spirit of the South, as well as Miss Mississippi State University. Crowned as Miss Mississippi in July of 2014, Jasmine also won the preliminary talent and the overall swimsuit competition. Proudly representing our state, Jasmine was selected as a top 10 finalist in the Miss America pageant in Atlantic City, as well as a finalist for the Quality of Life Award, recognizing contestants who excel in their commitment to enhancing the quality of life for others through volunteerism and community service. Serving others in our community through her reign as Miss Mississippi, Jasmine promotes her platform 13 Going on 30, teaching young girls to embrace their age. Named after the movie, Jasmine's platform aims to encourage teens to find mentors and role models who can help them make decisions that will keep them out of trouble. In her opinion, growing up too fast can lead to teenage pregnancy, eating disorders, drug and alcohol abuse, and dropping out of school. Through motivational speaking, Jasmine reaches out to young women on the subjects of peer pressure, bullying, and making good choices. As well as presentations at church and civic events, she's promoting this platform at Boys and Girls Clubs, hoping they will adopt this platform on a national level. Representing her state with poise and beauty, Jasmine is thankful for the opportunities that she has been given.
I'm so thankful for that because with 13 Going on 30, I really do strive to be a role model for these girls because I was fortunate to have 3 older sisters in my life and they have just been such positive role models for me. And so I understand everyone doesn't have that. Everyone doesn't have a mom or older sisters or anyone to look up to. And so that's why I encourage them through my platform to find those positive role models. It doesn't have to be a family member. It doesn't have to be a celebrity. It can be a friend. It can be just anyone in the community that is setting good examples and someone that you would want to emulate in your life. So that means a lot to me to be that to some little girl. And I'm very, very proud. I'm thankful for that.
With strong ties to her faith, family, friends, and community, Jasmine takes her responsibilities seriously. She said, quote, "It's about making sure your heart is in the right place. You have to understand that at the end of the day, this is not about just winning a title. What are you going to do? How are you going to impact people's lives? How are you going to give back?" End of quote. Jasmine draws strength and encourages us through her faith. She says, quote, "I am thankful every day that I have a relationship with Jesus. I try to acknowledge Him in everything I do." End of quote. Our community is proud of this year's Grand Marshal, Miss Jasmine Murray.
Wow, Miss Jasmine Murray, our Grand Marshal, such beauty and poise and grace and such a wonderful heart. She joined us here earlier and we invited everyone to come and watch the parade, and she'll be back with us shortly. Of course, as is tradition, the parade has started at the corner of Russell Street and Lampkin and is making its way here, should be here any minute now, with about 60 entries. Again, the parade theme this year is Miracle on Main Street, and we have about 60 entries. Jasmine is going to get off of her float and come up here and help us because we have so many great entries this year. Again, the use of theme is so important. As a matter of fact, these folks have been working and preparing for this parade, working on these floats for a long time because, of course, it seems like it's all fun and games until you talk about the competition. It is also tradition in the Starkville Christmas Parade that the competition is stiff for the awards that will be presented at the end of the parade tonight. Of course, we have a panel of judges that we'll hear from shortly that will be judging things like the best use of theme. They will be judging the best use of lights. There's a most original, and then of course a best overall. And so Kevin Simmons, who is our man on the street, our reporter down there, is actually going to be talking to the judges. Kevin, have you got our judges with you now?
Thank you, Mel. I do have our judges down here, and I do not envy them. I've seen some of these floats, and they have a very tough task ahead of them determining which one is the best, because I know they're all going to be great. I'm going to let our judges introduce themselves and say a little something if they like.
Hello, I'm Libby Gerald, and this is my first time to be a judge at the Starkville Christmas Parade, and it is going to be a tough task. Merry Christmas.
All right. Thank you, Miss Libby, and good luck on that task.
My name's Ashlyn Matthews, and I'm just excited to be here to help Starkville ring in the Christmas season.
All right, thank you, Miss Ashlyn.
My name's Matt Matthews, and on behalf of everyone at Cadence Bank, I'd like to wish y'all a Merry Christmas.
All right, thank you, Mr. Matthews. And these judges, like I said, we'll come back to them later in the night, and they will have the awards for the best floats here at the Starkville Christmas Parade. Now we're going to send it back to you, Mel.
Thank you so much, Kevin. And here we have her, Miss Jasmine Murray, our Grand Marshal for the parade, and our first entry. We just saw the banner go by portraying the theme this year, Miracle on Main Street. And in that red convertible, isn't she beautiful? Again, starting the parade, following close behind her will be the Starkville High School Yellow Jacket Army ROTC. You see them there carrying their banner. Of course, the tradition in the parade is for the Army ROTC to come and perform in front of us from Starkville High School. Behind them, their color guard that makes appearances at many civic events during the year. The Yellow Jacket Battalion, as they are called, is rated an honor unit with distinction, which is the highest rating a junior ROTC program can have. And this battalion has maintained this rating since 1994. The Starkville High School Junior ROTC has 7 competing teams: drill, color guard, exhibition, air rifle, physical training, and academic leadership that travel to compete throughout the state. Now they're going to stop here, and the cadets are going to be performing a movement for us called Eyes Right. Again, the competitions have been in Brandon this year and in Biloxi, Mississippi, and they've competed in the state drill meet in Jackson. The Eyes Right movement that they were going to perform for us must have been performed further down the street. Again, we're sort of getting used to the flow of this new route of the parade, and with the folks taking the turn. I'm going to go ahead and give you a little sneak preview of what's coming really soon that's probably holding up the parade a little bit. There's kind of a tight turn down there for the famous MSU Maroon Band to make that turn there at Washington Street and then again at Lampkin Street. I can hear them. I don't know if you can hear them at home, but I can hear them making their way down here. And you know, that's just another example of how wonderful it is to have the collaboration between Mississippi State University and the community. I mean, how many communities our size has the MSU Marching Band? Well, of course we do, and we appreciate that. We appreciate Miss Elva Kay and all the participants in the famous Maroon Band for making our parade so special. And again, we talked about how Jasmine Murray is going to be joining us here soon as the MSU Marching Band makes their way here. And I'd also like to take this opportunity, because I forgot to mention earlier that one of the highlights of the Starkville Christmas Parade always is Santa Claus. We have Santa Claus coming up in the very last float this year on the Rotary-sponsored, the Starkville Rotary Club's float that they sponsor each year. And of course, at the end of the parade, Santa Claus will join us here on the set. So boys and girls at home, if you're listening, you be at your television at the end of the parade broadcast, because Santa will have a message for you. And he always has great things to tell us. He talks to us about the latest toys and gadgets, and he also gives a special message to the children. And of course, we saw the police escort there for the MSU Band, and the Starkville Police Department always is a great participant in the parade, along with our mayor, our board of aldermen, our county supervisors. Again, just a collaborative effort with everybody, and they're getting closer to being at our set here. I'm very impressed. I know y'all saw just a minute ago some of these people that are actually standing on the street watching the parade. With the lights that we have here for our television coverage, we have a lot of participants that come here and gather, and that makes it very, very special. You can probably hear the sirens, and you can see the lights that are approaching with the police unit that is escorting our mayor and our police chief. Of course, the Starkville Police Department is represented by Chief Nichols, whom proudly leads the Starkville Police Department. Riding with him is Mayor Parker Wiseman and his wife Lindsay, and also representing the city of Starkville is our Alderman Scott Maynard, who is being escorted by representatives, of course, with the Starkville Police Department. Again, this is our mayor and our police department coming here. I want to go ahead and give you guys a prelude to the surprise. Miss Jasmine Murray, the Grand Marshal of the 2014 Starkville Christmas Parade, who is also our Miss Mississippi and who was in the top 10 finalists of the recent Miss America pageant in Atlantic City, is our guest co-host, and she is going to be joining us here shortly. to help us talk about these wonderful units. Now, we haven't talked about tonight the Boy Scout units, the Girl Scout units, all the businesses that have chosen to participate in the parade. They are going to be here shortly. We have an exhibition now by the police, the motorcycle police unit. Last year, some of these police that were on the motorcycle units had actually joined us from other cities, just adding a special dimension to our parade. I don't know if that's the case this year, but if so, I'm welcoming them to our parade. You can tell that the youngsters are really enjoying this. Quite a show here. Again, we are live at the First United Methodist Church on the south end steps, watching the parade as it passes by here to the end of its parade route, which will be at the Greensboro Center. We have over 60 entries this year. Let me say a special thank you to Ms. Jennifer Prather, who is the Special Events Coordinator for the Greater Starkville Development Partnership, for her hard work, her interns, her co-workers there, and everyone for making this just such a special parade. A lot of planning, a lot goes into the pre-planning. As a matter of fact, it begins late summer, early fall, coordinating everybody and everything. Again, we have in the car there, we have our mayor, Mr. Parker Wiseman, and I believe his wife Lindsay and family are in there. And we also have our police chief Nichols with them in that car behind the motorcycle police unit. And we thank them as always for being part of our Starkville Christmas Parade. Again, this is a new look for the parade. You can see that the camera that you're looking at now is here mounted about 30 feet in the air in front of the First United Methodist Church and is shooting back towards the First Baptist Church and picking up the parade as it actually turns the corner there at the corner of Washington Street and Lampkin Street. We talked earlier about thanking our sponsors. We also have a lot of volunteer crew members here that we could take this opportunity to say thank you to. Our director, Ralph Oliveri, has been with us for over 25 years. Our chief engineer, Olin Booth, has been with us for about 25 years. It takes a lot of volunteers. Our programs coordinator here at First United Methodist Church, Karen Dampier. And of course, we'll mention all of our crew members at the end of the parade. But right now, we are getting ready for the famous Maroon Band. In years past, there have been so many participants that have lined the streets there on Main Street in front of the Cadence Bank Plaza. We've even broadcast live from the Cadence Bank Plaza. But in the past, we've had hot chocolate stands, and it's been a lot colder for the parade broadcast. We are thankful that tonight it's around 60 degrees. We've got a nice breeze blowing, and so I'm here to say that I don't think the conditions could be very much better. It's almost perfect for the Starkville Christmas Parade tonight. And I think we're seeing that with the number of participants that we have everywhere. So we can begin to hear the famous MSU Maroon Band. You know, again, let me just say thank you to Mississippi State University. It's been such a great year to be in Starkville. We congratulate our football team for their success, for this wonderful season that they have allowed us to be a part of. We thank the other groups out there. There's really no place like Starkville. We are so thankful to be a part of this community. As the famous Maroon Band gets closer, we'll begin to listen to them. I believe that they are going to stop here in our lights and perform a couple of numbers for us. And so why don't we just go to the street, let our cameras take you there, and enjoy the famous MSU Marching Band. another part of Mississippi State University, our very own Jasmine Murray, Miss Mississippi. Welcome to our set, Jasmine. We are so glad that you're here.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. Oh my gosh, the crowd is amazing out there, and I just had a really good time. I'm so excited.
Well, of course, Jasmine just broke the parade now as our Grand Marshal for the 2014 Christmas Parade. So you got an up-close look at what was going on out there. And of course, you got to lead this group, the famous Maroon Band. Have they been playing all the way down Main Street?
I don't think they've been playing the entire way, but I was all the way in the front, so I couldn't really hear that well. So they might have been, but they sound amazing, and the crowd, oh my gosh, they were so fantastic. So it's really great to see all the people in Starkville out tonight.
Well, again, we are just so blessed to have you here as our special guest host. We've got coming up here the Starkville Fire Department and the Board of Aldermen. Riding on the truck with family and friends, we have Ward 1 Alderman Ben Carver and his family, Ward 2 Alderman Lisa Wynn, Ward 3 Alderman David Little and his family, Ward 4 Alderman Jason Walker and family, Ward 5 Alderman Scott Maynard and family, and Ward 6 Alderman Mr. Henry Vaughn. And of course, they say Merry Christmas from the Starkville Board of Aldermen. Now, Jasmine, I'm sure that you have ridden in parades before. As a matter of fact, I understand you were in our parade as Miss MSU a few years ago, correct?
Yes, I definitely was.
Now here we have the Starkville Sanitation Department. They have participated in the Starkville Christmas Parade for the past 3 years, and this is one of the 3 crews that collect recycling for the city of Starkville. How fun, you can tell they're enjoying themselves. Now Starkville provides free residential curbside recycling to its citizens, and the department just celebrated its 3rd year of free recycling. They're pleased to announce that since the start of the program, they have collected more than 998,000 pounds of recyclable materials, Jasmine.
Wow, that's amazing.
That is amazing.
Next up, we have the OCH Regional Medical Center, making miracles happen. OCH has participated in the Christmas Parade for over 20 years and has won Best Overall, Best Show of Lights, and Best Use of Theme. OCH is the 2nd largest employer in Oktibbeha County. And OCH also puts on its own Christmas party for children in the area. Now, Santa's Sweet Shop will take place at the Medical Center on Monday, December 8th from 4 to 6 p.m. Looking forward to that.
We always appreciate the Oktibbeha County Hospital. I saw the traditional Christmas tree taking off there. Now, I believe that coming up closely behind them will be the Starkville Electric Department. But before we go there, Kevin Simmons, our man on the street, has an interview with some special folks on the corner. Kevin?
Thank you, Mel. I'm here with these 2 lovely ladies from OCH. Can you introduce yourselves?
Lynn Sizemore.
Joni Weeks.
All right, ladies, and that is quite the float that there is for OCH. How much time went into putting that together?
A couple of weeks.
Yeah, took us about 2 weeks to get it put together.
Okay, well, are you guys having a good time tonight at the Christmas parade?
We're having a
Little
great
known
time.
fact about your street reporter here, I was actually born at OCH roughly 22 years ago, so I'm a big fan of what y'all do over there at OCH.
Good.
All right.
Yes.
Nice to hear from you, ladies. We'll send it back to you, Mel.
Thank you, Kevin. That was cute. Also, the Starkville Electric Department just went by, the Public Utility Incorporated in 1939, and of course, they do a lot to help us with the parade and in our community by hanging the Christmas decorations and maintaining the Christmas lights that illuminate our Main Street buildings year-round. Thank you to the Starkville Electric Department.
All right, now next we have the Starkville Science Club. They are Santa's Science Workshop. This is the Starkville Science Club's 1st year participating in the Starkville Christmas Parade, and their creative float features science elves creating a life-size gingerbread man. That's pretty awesome. Now, the Starkville Science Club is the only after-school science program at Henderson Ward Stewart since 2008. Aren't they so cute?
The giant gingerbread man there. The Starkville Science Club. It's always neat, Jasmine, when we have first-time folks in the Starkville Christmas Parade. Now, I think coming up next we have the Starkville Dispatch, and the staff and their family members are riding aboard a festively decorated pontoon boat, and it was festively decorated with lights and garland. The Starkville Dispatch has participated in the Starkville Christmas Parade for the past 5 years. 2014 marks the 135th year that the Dispatch has been in publication. Now, 6 years ago, the Dispatch was born and strives to bring the citizens of Oktibbeha and surrounding counties, city, community, and sports news every day. The Columbus Air Force Base newspaper, Silver Wings, is also published by the Dispatch, and Catfish Alley, an award-winning Southern Lifestyles publication as well. It's the only family-owned daily newspaper in the state, and it is the 4th largest paper in the state of Mississippi. Now, I believe we also have the First Presbyterian Church. That's who we've been looking at, Jasmine.
Yes, 'tis the season to believe. This is First Presbyterian Church's 2nd year participating in the Starkville Christmas Parade. First Presbyterian Church Starkville's float is "'Tis the Season to Believe," and it's a reminder to us of how special this season really is. We're so thrilled to celebrate the birth of our Savior Jesus Christ. And First Presbyterian Church, as organized in 1821, its minister is Dr. Martin Leifer. The church's mission is nurturing joyful faith and compassionate service. Our desire is to call all people to a personal faith in Jesus Christ through worship, service, commitment, compassion, and evangelism, so that they may know God's grace and love.
And we're looking now at Abert Lodge number 89, and that is the free and accepted Masons Lodge. We appreciate them. We missed the Sudeth Elementary Kindergarten while we were looking at them, but that was Miss Price and Miss Barksdale's classes. And we'll talk about them a little more if we get a chance, but right now let's listen to the Armstrong Middle School Band and the Armstrong Middle School Junior Cadet Corps. Have the Armstrong Middle School cheerleaders made up of 7th and 8th grade girls. 14 young ladies that cheer at football, basketball, and other school functions make up this squad. They participated in the Starkville Christmas Parade for 14 years, and they are coached by Mallory Carlisle of Starkville. They are performing a cheer for us. They won Superior overall at the UCA Cheer Camp, and also they've done several community service projects and are district spirit leaders at all the school functions. And again, that's the Armstrong Middle School Junior High cheerleader squad. We missed the opportunity to talk about the band a little bit. The marching band that we just listened to are 7th and 8th grade band students from Armstrong Middle School, and they are always in our parade, and we appreciate them under the direction of Kathy Baker, Karen Dickman, DeMario Jefferson, and Mr. Doug Thomas. The Armstrong Middle School band has participated for over 20 years and, of course, wishes us a Merry Christmas. We've got Flowers by the Bunch, I believe, coming up.
Yes, Flowers by the Bunch and SSA U12 Girls Soccer. This is both of these groups' first year participating in the Christmas Parade. They resemble the celebrating of flowers in a holiday-themed delivery van accompanied by the holiday-themed soccer team. Monty King is the owner of Flowers by the Bunch, and the business opened in 2005 as a flower shop and recently added a bakery as an extension to the business in 2013. They offer services to celebrate all of life's occasions, such as flower arranging for loved ones or events, weddings, baked goods such as cakes, cupcakes, and cookies, home and tree decorating for the holidays, as well as centerpiece and funeral design.
Of course, there we have the Mississippi State University Police Department that's been participating in our parade for the past 3 years. It's nationally accredited since 2005 and the first university in the state to be accredited and the third agency in the state to be accredited. Let me run back right quick and say again thank you to the Sudeth Elementary kindergarten students that came by a minute ago, because it was their entire winter project together to do the Starkville Christmas Parade. So thanks to the Sudeth kindergarten that came by a minute ago.
and Willie ABS Tax Service. They are a tax service providing great tax services to the community. They provide school supplies as well as help to people in the community. They've participated 2 years in the Starkville Christmas Parade, and they've received several awards and done great things for the community, such as Volunteer Service Award, Sales Achievement Award, Back to School Bash, and Breast Cancer Awareness Walk. It's amazing.
The next entry here, we have Miss Tanner Fant, Mississippi's Distinguished Young Woman, and our man on the street, Kevin, is with Tanner right now. Kevin?
Thank you, Mel. I'm here with, as you said, Mississippi's distinguished young woman, Tanner Fant. Tanner, could you tell me what it means to be Mississippi's distinguished young woman?
Mississippi's Distinguished Young Woman is a scholarship program for juniors, and it expresses talent, scholastics, self-expression, fitness, and leadership and overall community service throughout your town. And it's just such an honor to be able to represent Mississippi.
All right, thank you for joining us for the parade, Tanner, and have a good day. Back to you, Mel.
Again, that's Miss Tanner Fant, the Distinguished Young Woman of Mississippi 2015, and she was named this title last February. In July, she competed with 35 other girls and will compete for the title of America's Distinguished Young Woman that will be held in Mobile, Alabama in July of 2015. Next, we have Cub Scout Pack 14, Jasmine, and they have a Christmas hayride.
Oh my gosh, here comes Cub Scout Pack 14 in their festively decorated hayride. They've been in this parade for over 10 years. The pack earned good level recognition from the Boy Scouts of America and has been chartered by the Rotary Club for over 85 years.
Again, a little while ago, Jasmine, the Freemasons Lodge number 89 came by. I wanted to thank them because it's their first year to participate in the Christmas parade. Of course, Freemasonry is the world's largest fraternity, and we thank them for being part of the parade.
Absolutely.
The First Baptist Church Children's Ministry, I believe that's what we're looking at there. And these preschool kids are centered on sharing the love of Jesus and investing in the lives of kids. Each week, the children learn and discover biblical truth in age-appropriate ways. That was the First Baptist Starkville Children's Ministry. And coming behind them, we have a group of cheerleaders.
The Starkville Academy 7th grade cheerleaders. All right, here they come. These girls have attended UCA Cheer Camp at MSU, received the Most Improved Team Award, 3rd place in Game Day Dance, and received the Spirit Award each day at camp. And one of their members, Jordan Crawley, received an All-American Cheerleader Award.
Coming up next is Starkville Academy's Miss Volition. This is Marley Maples for 2014. She's a pageant winner from the SA Miss Volition pageant and was crowned most beautiful at age 15, her sophomore year. Miss Volition has participated in this parade for at least 15 years. She's the daughter of Randy and Vicki Maples. Coming behind her, I believe, are the Starkville Academy Junior Varsity cheerleaders.
That's right. The junior varsity cheerleaders from Starkville Academy participated in cheer camp at MSU this past summer. And they've also had 4 All-American cheerleaders, Mary Margaret McReynolds, Becca Breckenridge, Carly Smith, and Grace Huddleston. The squad has received a Spirit Stick every day at camp and also received the Superior Trophy. They won 3rd place in extreme competition, Superior in sideline evaluation, and Superior ribbon in cheer competition.
We have the Starkville Academy Homecoming Queen up next, and our own man on the street, Kevin Simmons, has the Homecoming Queen from Starkville Academy. Kevin?
As you said, Mal, I'm here with Starkville Academy Homecoming Queen, Jordan Jackson. Jordan, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm a little bit chilly.
Oh, it definitely could be worse. We've had worse here at the Starkville Christmas Parade. What's it like to be Starkville Academy's Homecoming Queen?
It's such an honor. I love Starkville Academy. I love the people there. And it's just an honor to be named here.
All right, thank you for spending your time with us tonight, Miss Jackson. Back to you, Mel.
Thank you. Somewhere in there, I believe the Starkville Academy Lady Blues dance team went by. Again, been participating in the parade for over 15 years and have won some honors. Attended the Dance Association camp, the Universal Dance Association camp just recently. Those were the Starkville Academy varsity cheerleaders, comprised of 22 varsity cheerleaders. They entertained us with some chants, and as always, we appreciate the good folks at Starkville Academy for the entries in our Starkville Christmas Parade.
Now we have the Boy Scouts of America Pack 2. These boys in the Cub Scout Pack 2 received the Summertime Pack Award for having more than one-half the Scouts participate in summer activities. They've won the Journey to Excellence Gold Award for achieving the highest marks possible in many areas. Pack 2 is also the oldest Cub Scout pack in Starkville, and they participate in an annual food drive for Salvation Army, as well as their Christmas bell ringing donation drive, and they had a summer trip this past summer to the U.S. Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville, Alabama. Now, they participate in multiple campouts throughout the year, and they also participate annually in the Pinewood Derby and Rain Gutter Regatta races.
And coming right behind them, Pack 45 Cub Scout Troop. Their entry is entitled Believe in the Magic of Christmas. We saw the Scouts there a minute ago with Cub Scout Pack 45. Oh wait, there they are again. The 1st and 2nd grade Scouts were riding on the trailer, and the 3rd and 5th grade Scouts were walking behind the trailer. They continually win gold level in the Boy Scouts of America's Journey to Excellence, and they have sold nearly $70,000 worth of Scout popcorn. I don't know about you, Jasmine, but I love that popcorn.
That sounds good.
Last year, 80% of the Cub Scouts who graduated to Boy Scouts earned the Arrow of Light, and just a great Cub Scout Pack 45. The Oktibbeha County Sheriff's Department is here.
The Oktibbeha County Sheriff's Office provides fair, honest, impartial, and professional public services to all citizens of Oktibbeha County, and they support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America and the laws of the state of Mississippi. They operate in a compassionate, courteous, and patient manner with integrity and loyalty to all the citizens of Oktibbeha County.
We have the Oktibbeha County Volunteer Fire Department, comprised of 5 rural fire districts, plus the towns of Maben and Sturgis. The districts offer fire protection, rescue, and emergency medical services.
Next, we have the Oktibbeha County Constables. Here come the 3 Oktibbeha County Constables. District 1, Constable Shank Phelps. District 2, Constable Curtis Randall. And District 3, Constable James Lindsay.
The Oktibbeha County Board of Supervisors is the chief policy-making and administrative body of the county, and each of the 5 districts elects a supervisor who serves a 4-year term. Riding in that car, we have District 1 Supervisor John Montgomery, District 2 Orlando Trainer, District 3 Marvell Howard, District 4 Daniel Jackson, District 5 Joe Williams. And while each supervisor may handle some administrative duties in the district, together all the members set the policy. I think we also missed the Justice Court judges. We appreciate their participation. But importantly, right now, it looks like we have the Mississippi Brawl Stars roller derby.
The Mississippi Brawl Stars Roller Derby team has participated in the Starkville Christmas Parade for about 3 years now. They are our local women's flat track roller derby league, and they're the only roller derby league in Northeast Mississippi. They fiscally support the Palmer Home for Children and recently achieved nonprofit status. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for more of their exciting information.
I believe that Kevin has an interview with the Mississippi Brawl Stars Roller Derby. Kevin?
Yes, I am. I am here with the Mississippi Brawl Stars. How are you ladies doing tonight?
Awesome! Merry Christmas!
All right. So Santa is real.
It's real, and so is roller derby.
Oh, all right. Could you tell us a little bit about your roller derby team and when y'all play?
Our season for this year is over, but it starts up again in February, and we play all year round.
I look forward to seeing y'all play next year. Y'all have a good night. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Kevin, and thanks to the Brawl Stars. Let me mention the Justice Court judges that went by a minute ago: William Boykin, W.B. Crump, and James Mills. Again, always a faithful participant in the Starkville Christmas Parade. The county folks have gone by, and we appreciate their participation in the parade, as well as the Mississippi Brawl Stars. And now I hear a very special person leading a singing group.
John Robert Arnold Christmas Carols Hayride. The John Robert Arnold Hayride is so fun, and the MSU co-eds from Delta 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 and Delta Gamma are so great singing on it and inviting everyone to sing with them. This hayride has been riding in the Starkville Christmas Parade for 36 years. Let's welcome them.
Coming up next is the Emerson Family Schools Main Street Candy Shop Float. This is their first year participating in the Starkville Christmas Parade. Emerson Family School is a learning center for children 2 to 4 years old, and they're affiliated with the Starkville School District. Along with child care and pre-K, Emerson offers after-school care, a family resource center, and GED and adult basic education classes. The Emerson Family School has 3 licensed teachers on staff, and Emerson supports several successful grant programs. Welcome for the Emerson Family School in their first appearance in the Starkville Christmas Parade. Coming up soon, Jasmine, we have the Oktibbeha County chapter of the MSU Alumni Association, I believe.
That's right. This is the 3rd year for the Oktibbeha County chapter of the MSU Alumni Association to be participating with Miss MSU in the Starkville Christmas Parade. Miss MSU is Randy Catherine Harmon from Amory, Mississippi, and she's a senior communications major. The Oktibbeha County chapter of the MSU Alumni Association is a 4-year winner of the Golden Cowbell Award as the most outstanding chapter in the National Alumni Association. And also, they have awarded over $100,000 in scholarship to Oktibbeha County students, including assistance to 17 students for fall 2014.
Now we have the United Country Bulldog Realty Float. This is their 3rd year to participate, and they have won multiple awards in the National Real Estate franchise. The float is an example of the perfect piece of hunting land for sale, and the scene shows a hunter with a buck. So, again, thank you to United Country Realty.
Now we have the Clark Beverage Group. Clark Beverage Group was started by Carrie C. Clark in 1903 as a small soda water operation in the rear of a drugstore in Martin, Tennessee.
High School Band. Let's just take a moment and listen to the Starkville High School Band. The Starkville High School Marching Band has always been a great musical participant in the Starkville Christmas Parade and has had straight superior ratings in marching and concert contests. Also, they were the grand champion of the Pirate Classic contest in Winfield, Alabama, and won the Disney Golden Mickey, which is an award given for marching bands.
Now we have the Starkville Junior Varsity Cheerleaders. They've participated in the parade for 12 years now.
Jasmine, I think you might recognize that young man.
Oh, that was my nephew, Sean.
How wonderful. We appreciate your family being here. We appreciate your mother, Miss Lisa Murray, being here with us as well. And especially we appreciate your being here with us. Thank you so much. I believe that Kevin is on the street now with an interview with the homecoming queen from Starkville High School. Kevin?
Starkville High School, Ashley Bishop. Ashley, how are you? Are you enjoying the parade tonight?
I am. It's really fun.
Are you excited to be Starkville High School's homecoming queen?
Yes, I am.
Good to hear from you, Ashley. I hope you have a good night. Thank you for joining us. We'll send it back to you, Mel and Jasmine.
Thank you. The Starkville High School homecoming queen, that was Miss Ashley Bishop, the daughter of Tony and Yolanda Bishop, and she's been involved in Future Farmers of America and Thespian Organization, and we appreciate Starkville High School's homecoming queen.
Now we have the Starkville High School varsity cheerleaders, coached by Kim Williams and Amy Helms. The cheerleaders include Lindsay Gillespie, Chris Carr, Vicky Bowe, Delta Tate, Kiana Smith, Nico Howell, Aubriana Mitchell, Jerica Jenkins, Natoria Randall, Ashley McLemore, Alexi Williams, Rhinosha Greer, and Jada Beckham.
Again, thank thank you to the Starkville High School varsity cheerleaders, and coming right behind them, we are so appreciative of the East Mississippi Community College participants. The cheerleaders from East Mississippi Community College are headed by their coach, Miss Amy Thomas. Her team is comprised of 25 students, including their mascot, Leo. And the cheer team will head to Orlando, Florida over the Martin Luther King holiday weekend in January to compete on the national level. This is their first year to ever compete at this level, and they are responsible for performing at each and every football, men's and women's basketball game. This year they've had a lot to cheer about because the EMCC football team is heading to the national championship. These students will be behind them all the way, cheering them to another title.
Now we have the Bonafide Southern Belles. This is the Bonafide Southern Belles' second year to be participating in the Starkville Christmas Parade, and they actually won the Community Service Excellent Award in 2014 and the Volunteer Spotlight Award in 2014, and also the Volunteer Spirit Award in 2014. The Bonafide Southern Belles started in July of 2013 to do community service and mentor young ladies ages 6 to 18. To date, they have over 800 hours of community service and very much enjoy every minute of it.
I think we just missed the Diamond Elite Squad, but we'll come back and talk about them because Kevin, our man on the street, has an interview with Mississippi's Miss Hospitality, Bonnie Blue Delaney. Kevin?
Introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Bonnie Blue Delaney.
All right, nice to meet you. And can you tell us more about Miss Hospitality?
Yes, Miss Hospitality is a program for Mississippi's tourism and economic development. So I do a lot of things that have to do with hospitality and tourism. One of those being the Christmas Parade. I travel the state and promote our tourism in Mississippi, and this is one of my stops on the way. I actually go to Mississippi State University, so that's why I'm in this parade.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for joining us tonight, and have a good evening.
Thank you, Kevin. Again, it's a great honor to have Mississippi's Miss Hospitality here. 35 of Mississippi's best and brightest young women competed for this title and for more than $100,000 in scholarships and prizes. As she said, she's a senior at Mississippi State and she's pursuing a degree in biochemistry. We appreciate Miss Bonnie Blue Delaney. Royal Insanity is the 35 talented young people ages 5 to 17 that enjoy dancing in their free time. The Royal Insanity Dance Program and Services promotes and enhances the development of boys and girls by instilling a sense of competence, usefulness, belonging, and influence. I believe that was the winner, Miss Kriya Self, of the 2014 Miss Teen pageant that we saw go by. Kriya is a junior at the Starkville High School and a daughter of Atoya Campbell. She won first place and received a $300 scholarship to the college of her choice. Now, tell us about the folks that are gathering here, Jasmine.
All right, I think we have the Starkville MSU Area Rapid Transit. They're also known as the SMART Bus and Starkville High School Singers. SMART would like to introduce Starkville's new mode of transportation, our brand new trolley. Our buses and trolleys are free to our community and get our riders all over Starkville to shop, eat, and play. Joining them today is the Starkville High School Singers. The SHS Singers, under the amazing direction of Regina Weeks and Joel Barron, has an iconic choral group in Mississippi comprised of 95 talented students, grades 9 through 12, and they make up 4 choirs and 4 ensembles, which are all superior rated.
The SHS Singers are going to be doing 2 selections from Disney's Frozen for the first time in forever, and Love is an Open Door. The soloists are going to be Megan Wolf and Caleb Gwatney.
Awesome.
So I believe they're ready to perform for us again, the SMART Bus and the Starkville High School Singers.
Totally strange.
Caleb.
Wow, the Starkville High School Singers, that was wonderful from the ever so popular Disney Frozen. I don't know about you, Jasmine, but we watched that several times at our house.
I've seen it
And
so many times.
Actually, I was kind of enjoying you singing along up here. I really like that.
I know all the words.
That's great. Again, that was the SMART bus, as we're calling it here in Starkville, with the Starkville High School Singers. That was awesome. The parade has come by so fast, Jasmine.
Oh, it's just going by.
We have the Eco Car coming up right behind the SMART bus. The Eco Car, this is its it's the sixth year to participate in the Starkville Christmas Parade. And they are one of 16 teams competing in the North American 4-year competition. Each team, will be given a Chevrolet Camaro and will re-engineer the car to make it more fuel efficient and eco-friendly. MSU strives to continue as a leading competitor in this competition and in automotive technology as well.
Now we have the Golden Triangle Celt, established in 2003 for the love and promotion of all things Celtic, Scottish, Irish, Welsh. Annually, the group selects an Irish Rose, who is crowned on St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. And this year's Irish Rose is Lauren Colby Lindley.
I believe that Kevin is going to speak with our Irish Rose here, Miss Lauren Colby Lindley, sponsored by the Golden Triangle Celts. Kevin, are you with Miss Lauren Colby Lindley?
It's Lauren Colby Lindley here. Lauren, how are you doing tonight?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. Can you tell us about what your position here in the parade?
I'm representing the Celtic Cruise 2014 Irish Rose.
Are you having a good night tonight?
Yes, are you all?
Having a great time. Thank you for stopping and visiting with us.
Flag bearers there are also, Kevin, the American flag by Presley Hutchins, the flag of Scotland by Jack Forbes, the Irish flag by John O'Bannon, and the Welsh flag by Robbie McCain. It looks like the Chick-fil-A cows.
Oh yes, that's always wonderful. Now this is Chick-fil-A of Starkville's second year participating in the Christmas Parade, and they've been a member of the Starkville community for over 2.5 years. The owner and operators, Jonathan and Pamela Munger, they opened the doors at the corner of Highway 12 and Spring Street in July of 2012. And Chick-fil-A of Starkville has been an active member of the Starkville community, hosting family nights with fun and unique experiences for the community.
The College Station and Polos have a float called Delivering Miracles. They are excited to participate this second year in the Starkville Christmas Parade, and they are awarded the Kirkland Property Student Housing Property of the Year. Thank you to College Station and the Polos Apartments.
Now we have Blackjack Missionary Baptist Church, Mr. and Mrs. Blackjack, Jersey, Lanija Hendricks, and Taylon Atkinson. Jersey, Lanija Hendricks, and Taylon Atkinson are the Mr. and Mrs. Blackjack 2014 pageant winners. Jersey is 9 years old and he attends Henderson Ward Stewart, and she enjoys reading a good book and shopping in her free time. Tylen is 9 years old and also attends Henderson Ward Stewart, and he enjoys playing football.
Blackjack Missionary Baptist Church, we thank them each year for their participation, and now we have the Starkville Homeschool Music Cooperative. It's their second year to participate, and they are a recent winner of the Best Lights Award from last year in the Starkville Christmas Parade. The Homeschool Music Cooperative is the largest homeschool music organization in the state. They have 2 bands and 3 choirs and enroll more than 100 students in their program, the Starkville Homeschool Music Cooperative.
Now we have the Starkville Rotary Club and Santa Claus.
Just a second, Jasmine. I think we're missing WCBI. Of course, that was Andrea's self. I know that you've worked with her before, and we appreciate them being in there. Absolutely. I also think that we missed the Council of Community Organizations of Oktibbeha County. We appreciate them in the parade. Their float was Youth Are Miracle. And now, of course, our final entry in the parade is the Starkville Rotary Club, where we have Santa Claus. Go ahead, tell us about it.
The Starkville Rotary Club was founded in 1924, and it consists of more than 180 community leaders representing Starkville's businesses, educational institutions, and governmental bodies. The club is one of more than 32,000 Rotary clubs in more than 200 countries and geographical areas, with about 1.2 million members worldwide.
That would be Santa Claus there, Jasmine, who is going to make his way to our set in just a few short minutes with a special message for the children. But before we go there, we talked earlier about how the parade is such a collaborative effort by so many resources are needed, but we always appreciate our sponsors for the 2014 Christmas Parade, and we're going to take a moment to say thank you. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. Their work cut out for them here as they tabulate the results of their judging, and they actually have very strict criteria that they're actually looking at as they make the decisions. Now, our man on the street, Kevin Simmons, has the judges with him. Kevin, what's going on at the judges table down there?
I am down here at the judges table, and it looks like they have just finished deciding the winners of this parade, and I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Matt Matthews, and he is going to tell us the results. Matt?
All right. So for best use of theme, we have the winner is OCH Regional Medical Center. Best use of lights goes to College Station and the Polos, and best overall was Emerson Preschool.
Thank you, Matt. I know that was a tough decision. These judges have been, we tried to go to them earlier, but they still hadn't made their minds up. It was a really tough decision. They had a lot of pressure, but they did a great job, and we'd like to thank them for taking time out of their holiday season to spend it judging the parade for us. Now we're going to send it back to you, Mel and Jasmine.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Thank you for those judges. Wow, that was very quick for them to make the decision. Now you can see here that we have a special addition to our set. Jasmine, I want to introduce you to Santa Claus. Oh wait, I bet you already know Santa Claus, don't you?
I remember you so much younger though.
Santa, tell us about the parade route. How was the parade this year?
It was great this year. There were all sorts of folks, and they were all interested in seeing Santa. I was surprised, you know?
You know, this year the theme for the parade is Miracle on Main Street, which was patterned after Miracle on 34th Street. And of course, that was a great story about believing in Santa Claus. Jasmine, do you think I should give it this beard a tug and see if it's the real deal?
Yeah. Don't hurt them.
It's the real deal.
Oh, yes.
Starkville is always one of my favorite places to visit.
Well, we always love having you here.
Marvelous town.
And so tell us, I mean, you're our connection to the North Pole. And Jasmine, it happens that we get him here first at the 1st of December, so it's like late breaking news. Santa, tell us what's going on at the North Pole. What toys do we have coming out?
It's lots of toys, and more of them are electronic.
Oh, okay.
And if I didn't have elves, I'd never make it. I'm not great with the electronic toys.
Well, you're great at delivering.
Some of the old standards are really popular too.
Okay.
And this is a big year for dogs and cats. And one of Santa's rules is anything that eats and then has to go outside, moms and dads have to agree on before. That can't just be.
Okay. So I'm sure the boys and girls are out there listening. And so that was a very important message. Now, always, as is tradition, Santa Claus, I want you to look in the camera and leave a message with the children. We're about to go to a break to thank our sponsors again, but if you could, tell the children at home the message that you have for them at the beginning of this Christmas season.
It is so important to be good, because for a while you're going to be out of school and you need to help your parents by being as good as you can. And also remember what this is really about. I'm a good guy, but I'm not the star of Christmas. Y'all have a Merry, Merry Christmas, and remember, you gotta be asleep on Christmas Eve.
It is always so wonderful, thank you, Santa Claus, that you can bring it back down to the real reason for the season, that we are celebrating the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And I think it's so cool that at the Starkville Christmas Parade, you hear it from the man in the hour, Santa Claus himself.
I'm so excited. I want to take a selfie.
Certainly.
Plenty of time for that, actually. Why don't you folks at home stay tuned? We're going to go and thank our sponsors one more time. And thank you, Santa Claus, for being with us tonight.
Certainly. I wouldn't miss it.
We'll be right back. Again, welcome to the end of the broadcast of the Starkville Christmas Parade. Again, we have Jasmine Murray with us, who's been our special guest host. Jasmine, I've got to say thank you to you. Thank you so much. This was the 38th annual broadcast of the Starkville Christmas Parade. And of course, it takes so much to put this together. I saw Miss Jennifer Prather, our special events coordinator from the partnership here. She and her committee, they have done a great job. And our crew here, we have some special thank yous. And though it takes just a minute to do this when we do it every year, it's really important to say thank you to the people who help make this possible. So let me just say thank you to some folks at the First United Methodist Church, Miss Lynn Birch, Giles Lindley, and William Oakley. Again, I talked about Jennifer Prather and the partnership, also Olivia Mumm and Aaron Nesbitt there. Here on our production crew, let me just begin starting at the top with our executive producer, Miss Karen Dampier, who always does such a great job. Our producer, Bill Green. Thank you, Bill. Our director, of course, Ralph Oliveri. Let me take a minute to say that this is 25 years plus, I believe, for my buddy Ralph, and we appreciate your support of the parade, along with our chief engineer, Olin Booth, who I know for a fact has been here for 23 years. So also we want to thank our stage manager, Lynn McBroom, who did a great job on our set design and keeps us straight. Zach Ashmore, of course, who is our graphics package and has been our associate producer tonight. Preston Booth, who did our Grand Marshal package. Ross Swanner, our audio engineer, and Bill Green did our parade graphics. We've got John Tomlinson, thank you, John, on our camera. We've got AJ Stubbs and Evan McBroom on the other two cameras, and we've got production assistants Lauren Keisel and Susan Seal. So that's our thank yous for our crew list. We also, we talked about our sponsors before. We have to say thank you to them, and that is very sincere. And we encourage folks next year when it gets Christmas parade time to be a part of our broadcast as well. But now, Jasmine, we've got just a minute. It is it's such an honor to have you, because we here in Starkville consider you one of our own. I know you were born in Columbus and have attended Mississippi State.
That's my own.
We saw in the Grand Marshal package earlier that you have a very significant platform. You call it 13 going on 30. Can you just briefly tell me a little bit about that?
Definitely. 13 going on 30 really focuses on young girls embracing their age and not growing up too fast. And so I think that it's really important to help girls understand that they don't have to make adult decisions before they need to, that they need to wait to grow up, and really understanding that you only get your youth once, and to embrace it and to enjoy it and to make good decisions today, because I think ultimately the decisions that you make today alter the person you become tomorrow. So I encourage them in that way through holding my own 13 going on 30 motivational camps, my 13 going on 30 newsletters, and most recently I've added a 13 going on 30 ambassador program where young girls and young women all over the country have partnered with me to serve as role models and ambassadors for 13 going on 30 and promote it. So it's been fantastic.
Wow, that's just tremendous. And apparently you have a love for serving children.
Absolutely.
I know that the national platform for the Miss America pageant is the Children's Miracle Network.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me a little bit about the work that you are able to do here locally in Mississippi for that.
Definitely. Well, it's definitely a privilege because the Children's Miracle Network is very close to the Miss America organization. So I have the opportunity to visit hospitals like Blairy Batson all the time, and I'm actually going to be there tomorrow for the Christmas tree lighting. So it's always a delight to go to Batson and visit other hospitals and visit the children there, because it's a really, really important thing to put in perspective how precious life is. And these young children really understand that. They're going through so many things, but when you go in and you can talk to them and encourage them and just lift them up for a few minutes, it means so much to them. But we also get to raise funds for these hospitals to help fund the hospitals and make sure these children get the care that they need. But it's always just a blessing to be able to visit and go there. So I've been so excited about that every time I get to go. It's amazing.
That is just such a service. You go there to bless them, and they actually blessed you. That is exactly right. And it was so significant when we were putting the package together that you said it's more than just having a title or wearing a crown, that you really have to give back, and that's what I see you doing. It's just it's wonderful. We appreciate that. You have such a bright future.
Thank you.
Of course, we haven't even talked about your American Idol participation. We haven't talked about the Miss Teen America. We didn't even really talk a lot about the Miss MSU honors that you have. So many wonderful things have happened to you, and you have such a beautiful voice, such a wonderful vocalist, and I know that that's what you're interested in doing some in the future. But tell us more about your future plans. What is it that you'd like to do as you, I know you're a sophomore at Mississippi State, right?
I am, yes
Okay.
I am. And I have to say that I just have been tremendously blessed, and I'm so thankful for every opportunity and every door that's open for me. And I hope to continue to pursue my music career, absolutely. I love music, I love to sing, and it's always a blessing to perform in front of an audience. But I'm studying at Mississippi State University. I'm studying broadcasting, so I'd love to see where that's going to take me as well. I'll be finishing out after my year is up with Miss Mississippi, so I'm looking forward to the future and what else God has in store for me.
Mm-hmm. Well, apparently you've got a great family. Some of them have been here watching you. I'd like to say thank you to your mother, Lisa Murray. She's been very gracious. We've had a lot of your time this afternoon, and we really appreciate that. Your sister and your nephew, I believe, are here too, and they're always welcome. And that's what I'd like to tell you. You're always welcome back here. You can come as our special guest, or you can just come to watch and have fun. But again, we just thank you, and we wish God's blessings on you, on your life, and on your career. You're very special, and thank you for being here with us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
So we're beginning to wrap up our coverage of the parade. There's one special sponsor that I'd like to thank. Every year, the Dr. Joe Cardwell family is one of our sponsors here at the Starkville Christmas Parade. Now, Dr. Joe was one of the biggest supporters of the television ministry here at First United Methodist Church, and his beautiful wife, Miss Leota Cardwell, has just got a heart for our ministry and continues to bless us with her sponsorship and with her prayers, and we appreciate that so much. Dr. Joe used to run the talent camera here, and we have a special symbol that reminds us of him. Dr. Joe believed that one must know the basics, and one must have a firm foundation in life, and from which to grow and from which to do wonderful things like you're doing, Jasmine. And he used the square knot as a symbol for that one time in a meeting with us, and we take that to to honor him and to honor his memory and to thank him for all that they do for the TV ministry, and also to remind us that he's right. If we have God's love and we have good basic common sense and the love and support of people around us, we're able to do great things, and I think that's what you've done. I think Dr. Joe would be proud, and I'm just saying a very special thank you to the Dr. Joe Cardwell, Miss Leota, and family. Thank you so much for all you do for the parade. So, Jasmine, we're gonna go and talk to Kevin one more time. But before we do that, do you have any parting comments or anything you'd like to say about the parade?
Well, I would like to say thank you again so much for having me. It was a delight to be here tonight. I had a wonderful time seeing all these familiar faces again, waving to all of the amazing children out there. I can tell they had a great time. Meeting with Santa Claus. I hope I made the nice list this year. And we've got to take our selfie, but I had a great time co-hosting with you, and thank you so much for all of your hospitality and for having me tonight. I'm very grateful to be your Miss Mississippi. It's been an honor.
You are very welcome, and thank you again. Now, again, Kevin Simmons, who is our man on the street, a broadcast and public relations major at Mississippi State University. Kevin, you have done a great job tonight, and we appreciate you very much. What do you have to say about this year's parade?
Oh, Mel, thank you so much. I had a great time down here. I got a really great look at the community of Starkville and all the great people. A lot of people came out tonight to make this event such a success, and a lot of hard work was put into it. I'm thankful I had a chance to be a part of it. And God has really blessed us with great weather tonight. It's still in the high 50s, expected to be much colder, but we're so thankful for the great weather and no rain. So we're very thankful. And Mel, you and Jasmine both did an excellent job hosting the parade tonight.
Well, thank you very much, Kevin. As I told Jasmine, we invite you to come back and join us anytime you can, and good luck with your broadcasting career at Mississippi State and as you go further as well. Now, let me remind you before we go off the air again that you are able to see the replay of the Starkville Christmas Parade. The first replay is traditionally the night after the parade, which will be tomorrow night, Tuesday night. It will air at 7 o'clock. And then the parade will air every Sunday night at 5 o'clock, or every Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock throughout the month of December. There will be some special broadcast between now and the holiday season, or the end of the holiday season, on WOBV Channel 5, where you could also catch the parade. I'd like to thank Stevie Nally. He did a great job on a piece in the Starkville newspaper, and I'm sure there'll be great coverage tomorrow as well. And also to remind you guys that the live streaming that was tonight, I'm sure there'll be a copy of that on the website. And again, that's www.growasdisciples.com. Of course, if you need any more information on the broadcast or on anything regarding what we've talked about tonight, you can call our church office here at the First United Methodist Church. I just feel really blessed. It's been a great year. It's been a great Christmas parade. And again, we say thank you to you. I say thank you to the crew. I say thank you to the good Lord above for reminding us that this is the season in which we are thankful for and that we honor His Son, Jesus Christ. I'd like to say good night to you on behalf of the crew here and on behalf of WOBV Channel 5. Thank you very much for joining us, and we hope you have a very merry and blessed Christmas season. Thank you very much, and good night.